It's like 30 degrees in this little room. I don't know why it's so hot in this little room, but it's just so hot. I don't know why these UK houses are just designed to be like so hot. Like, it's like 1,000,000 degrees in here. But the weirdest thing is that I'm from a place where heat is very, expected, but still it feels like I'm burning inside. But speaking of things that need to burn, Italy, a nation which totally did not fail in World War II, and also being led by a man which has a bald head and tries to wear a hat to cover it. That's right, it's your favorite, Benito Mussolini. Now, we're playing Italy because of the little series that I created to play nations from west to east. Our last nation was Norway. Speaking of pasta rice, Mr. Baldhead Mussolini actually tried stopping people from eating pasta that much because he wanted to use rice instead. And that's right, Mussolini actually tried to enforce a rule where to tell people to actually go and eat some rice, but unfortunately, the people of Italy went on strike so they could eat their pasta back. But luckily today, we have infinite pasta because we actually don't need to feed our troops because they are simulated inside a simulated game, inside a simulated reality, which you are all watching. But for this video, I don't really have a plan. My only kind of plan is to invade Hungary, not literally invade Hungary because I'm not border Hungary, get Romania to invade Hungary, think of something else, and then hopefully get Yugoslavia to join the war against Hungary somehow, and then get Bulgaria to join the war against Yugoslavia, and then somehow Greece joins the war against Yugoslavia, and then I get the land somehow. But in your reality, the only thing that you'll be probably hearing is gibberish and me sweating way too much. Now, like I mentioned before, Italy is probably one of the most weakest major powers ever. They are like very, very strong in the early game because how much divisions they have, and it's overrun France in like very quickly. But the problem is if you play like late game and the other major powers or other countries go expand, you're pretty much screwed. Like I said, the UK and France has a mighty colonial empire. The United States have an industry of a lot. Canada is a puppet of the UK. The USSR is very big, very strong, and in late game you build a lot of factories. And in Germany, they start with very, very strong, sure, no colonial empire, but they start with very strong and can end up very strong with that much factories and that much manpower. But in Italy, we barely have a colonial empire, and hell, that colonial empire is actually more of a hindrance than a good thing, because they are actually very, very weak, with only 3 divisions in Libya, and also 3 divisions in the Horn of Africa, and also they get justified on like by a lot of powers. This might be a problem for my strategy of Blitzkrieg, but not Blitzkrieg, but the Greece are in the axis with Germany, Poland, Austria, Saudi Arabia, Nicaragua, and hell, a lot more fascist countries which actually aren't fascist. The war on Hungary is finished in 8 days, so that's some good news, and hopefully things will go to hell. Because my strategy here is to go Hungary in a war with Romania, and then when Hungary wins in Romania, I don't know how they win it. Anyways, it's time to set off some fireworks, and by fireworks I mean some comment section debating by declaring war on the Turks and calling in the Greeks for the good old fun time. And also, yes, the Hungarians too, because why have one Balkan debate when you can have 2 Balkan debates? Turkey has taken over Greece, and why not just cause some more debating and call Albania into a war with the Turks? And as currently, it's actually going quite swimmingly for me. And by swimmingly, I'm just starting phony wars, and surprisingly, the only region that I caused chaos is actually the only region that actually has changed. Nothing else has actually changed on this map. Suspicious. It's actually quite peaceful, would you say? It's just the lives of Turks, Yugoslavians, yes, that is happening, and other people losing their lives to this glorious war, which is actually only to serve Benito Mussolini's wet dreams. It's actually quite peaceful, besides the Balkan lives lost. And yes, I do know that I'm referring to Yugoslavia as Serbia due to the fact that basically Serbia ruled by a Serbian prince, so I think there actually isn't that much change. And luckily, supply actually isn't much of an issue in this game because supply actually doesn't exist in this game. So I just go through anywhere, and then pizza could be instantly delivered by order. Basically, I have the land to form the Byzantium Empire, but how about we aim higher. Instead of Byzantium, we form the newer Roman Empire. This should go hopefully swimmingly. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna call Mr. Bulgaria, headed by Boris III, into a war with Turkey. And yes, I do have a war goal against them, but I don't think that war goal actually needed now. So I guess I just wasted 100 PP. Yugoslavia is gone. The invasion of Turkey done by Italy in the year 1936, August 6, to liberate the lands of Yugoslavia, which is under Turkish rule. And yes, our first victory, liberation of Hungary. But for now, this war is actually going pretty great for me. I only lost about 2 divisions only. Actually didn't that much considering I'm actually sending most of my divisions into a death trap. But besides that, yeah, it's actually not bad. Yes, finally, my invitation to the Axis. My prayers have been answered, and are you a joke? You are a joke. Bulgaria has just fallen to the Turkish, and the last stand of the Bulgarian Empire, Turkey. Irony. And now, I can finally push and destroy both Bulgaria and the Turkish, because I have war goal on both of them. And guess which little piece of poopy just my Albanians. No, luckily I have war goal against them. I hate you. Stop running around my country. This is my country, not your country. Your country is under control by the Turks. I don't even bother saving it. I'm the one saving it. Quote unquote saving it. But still, I currently own 0% Italian land. How wonderful indeed. Turkey has fallen, but fortunately, for some Turkish people, they decide to run away to Greece. Still, irony. Don't you just love how other powers are just like, yes, I have finally conquered another power, and now I have so much more resources. But as Italy, I've just conquered the Balkans, but I've just lost my homeland. You know what? Just for revenge, nuclear war. And there you go, liberation of Venice, and yes, it is the actual liberation instead of an occupation. And there you go, the Balkans united finally under one major power, and that is the Italians. Our next step would be going after the Allies. Not because I want to actually go and play, it's just I want some land which to form my greater Rome. This may be problematic for me. It shouldn't be that problematic, but when the Allies actually had to row through with British help, never mind. I also say that Britain and the USA would togetherly defeat me because they're in the Allies, they're both in the Allies, but apparently not. That's a bit green for Australia. That's a bit too green for Australia. That's not New Zealand either, because New Zealand has a weird colour like Liberia. And then I just went on it. It's Brazil. Brazilian spiders. What's more horrifying? Brazil or Brazilian spiders? You are now coming to Brazil. And yes, Operation Barbarossa is actually doing not bad. Scratch that. What's more perfect? A world where Elsa is still alive, or a world where Elsa is still alive? Scratch that. I will just say that Elsa was in the common term. That's right. Elsa is in the common term. What the hell? The second Barbarossan invasion. Barbarossa, second time to charm, right, Germany? Right? You're invading Russia with about 3 divisions. You're invading Russia with 3 divisions. Are you kidding me? No, they're not. Russia is defending with 0 divisions. I've never seen this tactic before. Is this... What the hell is this tactic, actually? It's time. Declare war on the Allies. I and my buddy, the German Reich, is cleaning up the Soviet Union. I'm cleaning up whatever the hell is left of the Allies, so the Soviet Union can actually be crushed by the Germany even more efficiently. The most competent member in the Axis was actually Benito Mussolini himself, leading the Italian war machine against the Allied, the Spanish, and the Danish. Don't you just love how Italy is managing to sweep the Allies out of Europe, out of Africa, and even some parts of Asia, but Germany can't even deal with a Soviet Union. I mean, just invade them. How can that be? You have like 5 divisions, train more. You have the strongest power in Europe. Do something. You're not that weak. Well, I did not see this coming at all. I did not see this coming. And finally, I have made it onto the North American continent. And also, yes, I've also made it to Sweden. I have just gone around the Nazi Reich. I was doing A-okay until Africa strike. Let's just say this is more complicated than I actually thought it would be. And there we go. The British Raj in Europe is no more, and the Italians have started to build tanks. But unfortunately, Africa is still, a horrifying world, horrifying area, as you can see here. But luckily, things are coming down with the intervention of 10 Italian divisions to defeat 6 Union of South African divisions. And the Soviet Union Nazi war has stalled. The troop ratio is 1-to-1, and therefore no movement. But unfortunately, the Italians did just take Moscow. And just because it'll make the map look nicer, I gave Moscow to the Nazis. You're welcome, Mr. Hitler. I know you have been incompetent, but quite frankly, I don't care at this point. This is just like TNO, but just one of the Germans was actually not the people who actually won the war, and instead it was the Italians who actually won the war. And if you're wondering, yes, Britain has been exiled to the Washington DC and Mexico City, and also some random other Central American states. But yes, only 4 provinces are actually British territory. Only 4. I am becoming my own worst nightmare. The AI are running everywhere, running around with Power Division, running everywhere, like nobody's business. I'm just gonna run for it. And guess who just lost Moscow? That's right, it's our best friend, Mr. Adolf Hitler, which has just stalled. Yay. And who would have guessed? The collapse of the Soviet Union was actually not done by the Nazi Reich. Instead, it was done by the Canadians. The Canadians are here to collapse the Soviet Union. Oh, there we go. Africa, basically secured. Europe, basically secured. North America, in hell. Don't even question this part, mate. But hey, at least the Portuguese are in the Axis. 1937, May 13th, marks the day where Washington DC is sacked by the Italian North American Expeditionary Force. It's a grim day for all the people who live in Canadian America. This day will be remembered by all the Canadian Americans living on Earth. There we go. America and Canada conquered under the Italian rule. And best of all, the German Reich is finally making good progress in the Soviet Union. And in better news, the Italians has made their way all the way from Rome, and then travel to Alaska, and then the Far East. That's right, the Italians has made it to Asia. And welcome back to another never-ending cycle of German troops lining upon the Soviet border and invading, getting crushed, and then falling back. What a wonderful cycle. Oh, the Allies are finally gone. The Allies... Oh, why does this game torment me? Why do you... Sure, I'll finish them off. But besides that, the Allies are basically finished off. I know I've been saying this for like the last 3 sentences, or like the last 5 minutes for me. But the Allies are finally gone. Besides some places I'm going to say already. Please die. Please die. Hooray. Britain's gone. No other major power. Okay, Britain's still alive. Where the hell are you? I'm still with the British Raj. Right, forgot about that part. Where's the British? The British are like purple. The British are not still alive, right? Let me check. Yeah, as you can see, the British are still alive. Do they own any factories or something like that? They live in Goa. They exist in Goa. I'm done.